proud for me. She's the youngest human book, I think, so far. Then, yeah, you're the youngest one. So thank you so much for agreeing. She didn't say. I just called her, and she was outside. A quick call. I just asked her, Adi, can you be part of her human book? She's like, Nana. She asked me, is it me? I said, yes, of course. We would love to hear your story and your journey. So I'd like to quickly introduce her. So she's from Mangalore, and she's not just a multi-talented artist. She's a performer, writer. She's the embodiment of Swaroopa Adhyayana Kendra's bold vision that is every child is a genius. With no formal schooling, she has mastered Yakshagana, Bharatanatyam, Hindustani music, beatboxing, and mimicry. She has authored books, acted in plays, and holds national and international records for ambidextrous writing and visual memory. She is nurtured in an open learning environment by her parents and mentors at Swarupa Adhyayana Kendra. So Adi also proves that the education rooted in curiosity, creativity, and compassion can shape extraordinary lives. So probably we would love to see some of your talents as well if time permits. Because I've seen her video news channel where she's writing, and maybe in one hand right hand English and left hand Kannada, and both ways it's something very interesting, and she can write ulta. Maybe I'll share it in our human books group, our community, where you can also see her videos. And if we can get some glimpses of it after you share your journey. Yeah,
Okay.
over to you, Adi. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone. Seriously, Ranjita ma'am, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. But after listening to Vinod sir, I was like, he has such a huge experience. That's so thrilling. It was so thrilling to listen to him. And also, one request: if there any mistake in what I'm saying, just put it to your stomach. uh, Seriously, you guys are so experienced in front of me, but I'll still try to tell something interesting. Just what I felt, my experience. That's all. So, first of all, I would like to start from how I've never been to school. So the first thing was when I was younger, like maybe 1 year old and 2.5 year old, my parents actually kept teachers. They gave job for teachers and kept the teachers with me, so that to make sure that my parents were not teaching anything to me, like ABCD letters. I didn't learn in that way at all. Okay, but when I was 1 year old, I started writing, and when I was 2 year old, I started reading. So there are some photos of that. That's how I know. And we had something called Swarupa Vatara, where 15 students were there. And usually, other people, they question my parents like, "ಅವಳ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೆಸಿದ್ರಿ?" Like, how is she writing in such a young age? How can she do all those things? So they were like, we didn't teach her anything, but there were other 15 students with me. My parents, they just left me with those students, and those students, they were like in 10th or ninth. They writing whole day, and I would just look at them and start writing. And same way, I started playing instruments like tamki, dola, guitar, keyboard, and I'm learning violin also now. I mean, it might seem like I'm blowing my own trumpet, but still, listen to me. So, and next, usually, when I was in fourth standard, I asked my parents, like, on 15 ದಿನ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ. Like 15 days, I'll go to school and come. I want to try. Okay, I was just with those elder students, so I told I want to try. I'll go. And usually, when other parents or teachers ask my parents, like especially my dad, like, why didn't you send her to school? My dad would be like, "Anta tappu naan ಮಾಡುದಿಲ್ಲ. I will not do such a mistake, such a huge mistake. I won't do that." They would be shocked, like, it's a mistake sending a child to school. I did not realize it. Like, I didn't know, because I was very young. I did not understand, but I was enjoying a lot. So I went to school first day when I was in fourth standard. So what happened was, I was a bit late actually. It was my first time getting ready, those uniform, bag and all. So first time I was a bit late, and a teacher scolded me nicely. She scolded like anything. ನಾಳೆ ನೀ ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಪುಡಿ ಪುಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ. I'll just like smash you, something like that. I was listening to such kind of words for the first time. I went home back and I told my dad, Appa, she's telling that she'll smash me up if I don't come tomorrow morning. And next day it was so fun. My dad came. he was a bit he's a like well known resource person in Mangaluru. So all the teachers gathered, and he asked the teachers, "You have taught my child to be scared of teachers. That is what you have taught in the first year." My dad spoke. I did not understand at that time. Now I understand. And then now I realize, like students are learning fear from school. But after that, the teacher stopped like questioning me. But later onwards, I couldn't sit in the like bench for whole day. I wanted to do something else. So actually it was a government school, and once English teacher, she's actually, she must be Kannada medium. It was difficult for her to teach. Like naughty, she would spell it negative, onion, union, and she had some problem. So what I did, I just stood up. I actually at that age, we had some 11 racks of English books itself, my own. I used to read a lot, and that also because I just saw my mom reading. She's the author also. That's how I started. They never forced anything into me, so I was reading everything before only. And what I did was I corrected the teacher. She got angry. Oh, நீங்க அஷ்டம்டா. Okay, then fine, you come and teach here. Fine, you do that. So what happened was from next day, I was being the teacher over there. I would make the lessons. I would study, and then tomorrow morning I would go and do that. And then the teacher got angry, and then it went till the principal. That's why evening the students they would tell some lie to their parents, and they would come sit in my home only. I would take them some classes over there. So that's how it started. It was very interesting, even though I didn't go to school. But after 15 days, I gave a letter to the principal saying, I can't do it anymore. When there is exam, you let me know. I have something else to do. I'll go. So I went to exam, and then I wrote exam. I got good marks. At that time, I did a one-man exhibition, like one-man painting. So I wrote my own book. Like it's called Aadiya Kathe Antya Neeve Heli, means Adi story, but you have to give the ending. It's a unique book. Like there's no ending. You can make your own. It's a book for children. So for that illustration also I only did. So after doing that, my principal was like, "Where did you get all this time to do this?" I said, I'm out of the syllabus. No, I'll do." So like that, and then my parents usually ask, like they do seminars and all for other parents, counseling and all. At that time, they asked, "Where are you taking your children to?" So the parents say, "Mall, beach, and then some like functions, marriage functions and all." And then my parents say, "Have you taken them to the scientist? Did you, yeah, did you?" Like, or did you take them to some artist or any author? There's so many people around here in Mangalore. You could, at that time, the parents will be so shocked. Like, "Oh, hages untala. Okay, there's something like that." Now. At that time, even I used to realize, oh, my parents have took me to so many different fields now, like Ekshagana, Sangita, both my mom does. And then my dad, he's very much talent. He's a resource person in 28 things. And all those I've got for me also. So I have many hobbies like that only. So another thing, many people question is, you have not gone to school, but where will you enjoy? You don't get an experience, no, to mingle and all. So I said at that time, I have to say about Swarupa, it's a alternative, it's an alternative education system itself. Means what the system is there right now, it's an alternative for that. What we do there is we don't have notes, we don't have a period or bell, nothing like that. Which student wants to go and sit in which class, they can go. So when I was in sixth, I would go and sit in the 10th standard class. At that time, I could answer all of those 10th standard things. Whenever I want, I would go and sit in those class. It's a very, very unique school, I would say. Both my parents had that idea. So they were actually training teachers in diet. Uh, so after that, they both taught that we have to save at least one child from this school, from this pressure. And so they started the institution, Swarupa. It's a non-formal education center. So our daily routine will be like, we come at 9, we do Ekshagana and all, and then we be with the plants. From the 1st June month itself, we go trekking. Kadali Sikshana Anta. Means we go to forest, and there only we'll have some classes and all. And I've had so many fun moments where there actually we had to sleep in a place where, I mean, the tiger also would come. Like we put fire and all and slept. That was such a best experience. And every year we would go trekking. Kadali Shikshana, which in Kannada, it also means education in forest, and also it means that you should crave for education. It gives some kind of that meaning in Kannada. So after coming back from the forest, the students would have so much experience that they wouldn't stop writing only about that. By the time they would start Bariva Habba, that's another festival, writing festival. So after writing festival, what we do in Swarupa is, um, my dad used to say, like, in a school, the books should not be kept neatly. If the books are kept neatly, then I bet that the students have not read it. If the books are out, no, then pakka the students are reading. That's how these books were kept in Swarupa full. They would keep full books, 200 to 300 books in a room. That's how much books we had. We would select first day. He would say, just read the title, nothing else. But will the students do that? Obviously. Next day, my dad has to remove the book from their hands. That's how it starts. So that's such a nice concept, Swarupa. It's a huge sea, and I've got a chance to dive in that. And then we go Jata. It's Shikshana Jagrati Jata anta, educational awareness Jata. We go tour all around Karnataka, also India sometimes. So I've been to 1,600 plus school institutions to give a demo. Like, we have our own 10 memory techniques. We don't do notes and all. We draw instead. Even in the dance, the subject will be there. Even in Yakshagana, the lessons will be there. Even in the drama, the lessons will be there. We never study only. The whole day will be like, the parents will be like, next day's exam. The day before, the parents would come and say that ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು dance ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬಿಡಿ. Let them dance now. Because in the dance, we would have the subjects like even the maths, science, magnetic effects, and all, everything in the dance itself, and also in the drawing also. That's one topic actually. When I was in 10th standard, um, I made a complete drawing inside which 10 textbooks were there. I set India Book of Records in that. So that's how much we used to enjoy. Like, we were just 60 students. That's only how much my parents take, because it's for research. And last exam we would write privately. Me also, I didn't go to school. Yeah, obviously. I studied by myself, and I could score 92. Like, I just studied last 1 month. All the other month I was all the other month I was just having fun like this only. So those 1,600, 1,600 places I went tour Jata, that was such a best experience for me. And all the students who came to Surupa, they get this experience. This thing, it just changed me completely. It's such a big, huge inspiration. The thing is, we start here from a bus or train, and so many students, they have never traveled like that, like sleeping next to the washroom itself in the train, then so much luggage carrying that, the sweat, and then students fighting within themselves, all of this experience, and, after completing a jata, no, the students change themselves. Jagla sir, ಎಂತ ಉಂಟು sir ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ, fighting and all, they stop itself. There's nothing like that. They leave all the silly subjects and they come to that, I have to do something, that kind of feeling they come. That's what I got. Like, we had to perform on the stage, like what and all dance we did. We had to show students that there's another way of learning. Instead of just sitting in the classroom, we had to show that. So we used to do the puppet show, and then mimicry, beatbox, and even in the rap we used to put all those maths formulas. It was so fun. Even in the songs also, the film songs and all, the students will sing now. Anyways, for that only we used to put the tables, formulas, and it was so fun. We used to jamming session whole day in the bus and all. So while showing all of those things, for me, one of the best moment was, a student came actually after a program. A student came running. She was in tears. She was crying. I said, "What happened?" I said, I have to come out of this, akka. Like, what? I cannot sit all day. I cannot do all this. I want to do something else. I want to show. After looking at those eyes, like she was in tears. It's like, I have to show. Like, I have to show some that you can do something out of the box. There's something else than just sitting in the classroom. Just those 6 textbooks. There's so many more books to read. No? You have to do something. I felt I had to. So this emotion, it came in all of the students, and the students started changing. And all of those places, like some places, you had to take bath and the water was not good. Next morning we were looking white and white, full. That experience, and the experience was so funny. Like, one place we went and we asked, sir, washroom elli, where's the washroom? And there was a ground in front. She said, ille hogamma, you can go here only. Where's the nothing? So many places we didn't have washroom also. So those experience, no, it built our character. We lost our ego, like so many students. They stopped getting angry at their parents. They're like, oh, they have given me so much opportunity, no? They start thinking. So those kind of experience my parents have given to me. And one best thing was, actually, there's a moment, my favorite. Usually my dad or mom speaks after the jata performance. It's like, sometimes we used to get, ma'am, how much time do I have left?
Yeah, I think we have 5 more minutes. Four, yeah, 5 minutes.
Okay. So one of the best moment was, my mom and dad, they always speak after the performance just to check. Like, my dad says on the postmortem, like, let's do a postmortem to see how the program went. It's fun actually to see how we actually see our videos and all, how we performed on the stage. Such kind of, like, we also learn to be confident and all, no? We learn to talk, we learn to question and all. So after that, the evening or night, my mom and dad talk to the students. That's when the students actually, like, open up. Whatever they don't tell it to their parents itself, they tell it. Okay. And my parents do it like a counseling session. Now what happened once, my dad told, what all complaints you have with your friends, with your colleagues. Like, we were some 30 students in the jata. I'll give you a paper. You have to write all the complaints. Yaradru, that girl, she's jealous of me. I don't like how she behaves. Such kind of thing. Everything. Even I was there. I wrote like anything. Some 30 points I wrote negative about my friends. After writing, okay. While I was coming to some 29th or 28th point, I was like, "Itla beka. Should I write this? Why is he making like something he has in his mind?" I thought. So after writing, actually, he also told you should not write your name in that, so that no one gets offended. Okay. And then, okay, we gave the sheets, and while one first boy and second boy read the complaint. Okay. And like, we called someone else to read someone else's paper. After, it was like chits, we had to read. After that, the third boy or fourth boy, the boy came, and he was like, I still remember, he was like, sir, nange ಓದ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಲ್ಲ sir, I seriously don't want to. After writing those, no, I seriously felt there's nothing in those things. I did not have any. He just tore the sheets and he put it to dustbin and came. And all the other 20 students got up, tore their sheets, put it. Oh, that's all. My dad didn't talk, it's all. Finished. We used to learn so much like this only. And recently, I set some 8 world records like this only with other students. That's how I wrote it the both hands. I just had one question in corona time. I asked Google, who is Aadi Swaroopa. It did not say, so I wanted it to say my name. That's why in corona time, when I was in 8th, I wrote with both hands. So everything, all thanks to my parents, what they have made. I have so much to learn from you all. Obviously, you have so much more experience, but still, thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you, ma'am. Ranjitaka, thank you.
Thank you so much,
My God.
Adi, for sharing. And I would like to say or confess here, her father is my not a formal education again, who taught me to draw. I was very young. I don't know, Adi, you will not remember, but he's from our same hometown.
Okay.
So actually, again, it was not formal. He used to come with my uncle home. So we used to make kite and draw and things like that. I was really fascinated by that. So I'm really grateful to him. And also, thank you so much for sharing your stories. I'm sure it created so much of curiosity amongst people present here. There's so much more to share. I'll share a few of your videos. Uh, I
Yeah,
like
and
some new people. Yes, tell me.
also like I've just recently come in Colors Kannada channels, Maja Talkies. So
Yes,
if
I
you have
saw
time,
that. You
please
wrote
watch
it
them.
in both
Yeah,
the.
if
Now
you have
Adi
time, please
Swarupa is
watch them.
everywhere on Google. We have searched you.
My dad kept telling that ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ right, yes, that's why just
Kandita
reminded.
sir, I will tell. I will share it in our community group. We have a group. I'll share it there. Thank you so much. Would you like to do some mimicry or some beatboxing for us? Maybe a few seconds.
No beatbox, I don't know if it'll come out right because I usually do it in mic and all. But I'll
My
try.
God.
It sounds like this, like you can't hear. Cannot hear, I guess.
I think, yeah.
I'll send you the videos, ma'am. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
sure.
better.
Even her dad, I'm sure sir also does this mimicry and things. So you've got that
Yeah,
talent from you. Amazing.
from him itself.
I think there's so many questions and things. Congratulations, first of all, Adi, and thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for being part of our
Thank you
human
for listening
experience.
to me.
So I think Pramod and then Ekta, Rashmi, Soumya. There's so many questions for you. Yes, yes, Pramod.
You're on mute.
Uh, Thank you, Adi, for sharing your life experience, the life journey. Truly inspirational. I had one a a personal thing, a story, and I had a follow-up question on that. So I am going to a violin class, and I was waiting for the previous student to finish her class. She was
Mm.
probably a third standard kid, and my teacher, I mean, I was sitting in the back waiting for my turn. The next turn was mine. So I was waiting, and he told her, this 2 months, April and May, you have holidays, so practice as much as you can. And immediately her mom interfered. She said, she is in this school. I'll not take the name of the school, but she is in this school, and now they are conducting a bridge course from third standard to fourth standard. So she has to go to school in this summer holidays. And my violin teacher looked at me, I looked at him, and I am single, and I felt like if this was my daughter, I mean, I felt so bad for her going to study in next 2 months without any gap. So that is where my follow-up question is. In this current day and age where
Yeah.
education has become more of a mafia, and the mothers, I mean, that particular instance, she told that they are training her for NEET. Third standard student, they are training her for NEET. I was very surprised in this day and age where they get into this level of education, or I would say, I think mafia is the best word to use. I mean, how would you convince somebody, some parent, that not everything is about
Mm.
NEET or engineering or medical? You have to enjoy life. I mean, I don't expect a third standard age 9-year-old kid to take a bridge course at least these 2 months. This is the time to enjoy. So how would you convince a parent about something like this?
Yes, I got it. Actually, all of those parents who have sent students to our school, they're my dad keeps saying that you guys are so brave for those parents. That is seriously such a brave step to do to get them out of the school and then send. And the parents would be like, "Illa sir, namge satya gottagide. We know the truth." So that's the thing. We have to tell them the truth. And my parents actually, for what you have told, sir, how to convince those who have come to the seminars, my parents' seminars, they have been convinced. That's a unique way of telling. When they see these kind of students who are there in Swarupa, who are getting unique experience, no, they get convinced. That's why we gave some demos. That's what in 1,600 centers, and we are doing now also. Right now, I just came back from the camp itself. We have 70 students over there, and so many of the parents have changed their mind. They said, "No, we have to give." And my parents, recently, they are planning on doing an app and 500 camps all over India. So that's how they are planning to convince. And while they look at our students' developments, we are also starting a YouTube channel also. So so that the parents will start seeing that have to do something else. So and also even my dad has such a story. Like a parent had come crying to my dad, like, sir, my daughter did not score marks, sir. I don't know what to do. Then after crying and all, my dad asked which class he is studying in. They said LKG.
Yo,
I was sitting and laughing like anything.
shit.
That is such a
Sad.
like it's an irony what's happening now. But my parents are doing something. He has a huge project. Maybe it will reach to you someday.
I think knowing
Thank you.
him and what I've heard about him also from GK sir, so I think they're doing lot of taking these initiatives. And one thing I always hear is they even do counseling for parents. It's not just
They do,
about
yeah.
child. If they are convinced, then
That's
they
yeah. For this, that's the thing my dad says. The parents are all the original, and the students are, like their children are the Xerox copies of them. So if the original is proper, the Xerox will become proper. They understand by that itself.
Thank you, Adi. Thank you so much. Yes, Rashmi.
Hi, Adi.
Hello, ma'am.
Really loved the simple way you explained the whole story.
Thank you so much.
And I really appreciate you a lot for the simplicity you are maintaining.
Thank you.
That comes across more than anything else, the purity of your education. I truly wish you all the best. I
Thank
know
you.
you're going to go way forward. And thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you so much.
Proud of you, Adi.
Thank you, Akka.
Hello. Good
Hello.
evening. My name is Ekta. So, yeah, I am 18-year-old. I just want to say that ನೀವು ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ವಾ, it's really nice, amazing. It's very inspirational. Thank you for sharing. So, as you said, actually, I have also been through Montessori type of schooling.
Okay.
Many people are not aware of it, but it was similar to yours. So, when I joined school when I was 1 year, 8 month old. So even
Okay.
in our school, there will it's not at all as much as you told, but it's a very 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 mini version of it. So even in our school, we were not really into textbooks or anything. Even until 10th standard for board exam only, that's only when I touched textbooks. So even I had no textbook education system or something. So num school ali kuda they all they taught was like when we were 5 to 6 years old, we were like chapati latsad hege, how do you wash your clothes, ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಒಣಗಾಕೋದು, ಗಂಧ ಮಾಡೋದು, like all the basic life skills. So like 5 to 6 years old ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲ ಮನೇಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಚಪಾತಿ ಲಟ್ಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. Yeah, so the parents were also very happy, but not many people did it. So actually after for 10th standard board exam we had to use textbook because affiliated to government and all. And then after 10th standard I couldn't continue with this education. So even in our school there were no classrooms. There were a lot of students in one big hall, like first standard in the ಹಿಡಿದು 10th standard ವರೆಗೂ. And there were not many students because ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದ್ ಜನ parents ಸೇರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. And ಇದ್ದಷ್ಟು ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ there were not many people. So everybody used to get individual attention from the teachers also. And it was more of a mutual learning. Like I learned from a fifth standard kid, the fifth standard kid learns from me. It was more of teaching each other than the teachers teaching us. And it was not, we didn't have a timetable. It was like ಯಾವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ನೀನ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡು, ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಚಪಾತಿ ಲಟ್ಸು, ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ maths ಮಾಡು, anything you want you do anytime. So yeah, it was also like that. And only in 10th standard we used textbook. After 10th I didn't get the opportunity to continue like this. I landed up in a normal college. Yeah, so like ಈ ತರ education in the normal college ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ I really realized the value of this. So in our normal college there are a lot of sections, and in my school we were only 5 people in my class. One class ಅಂತಾನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, but ನನ್ನ age group we were 5 people. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ we are 80 people in one class. So it felt very overcrowded, and ಅಲ್ಲಿ we had to make notes, classwork, textbook, like 10,000 books for just one subject. And I didn't understand anything. In the starting I got screwed up so much, you don't get anything and all of that. More than 1 year went up in adjusting to that college. So yes, I really really understand this, everything that you shared, it's very relatable. And I really agree, science education nowadays has become a rat race. Like science, JEE, NEET and all of that, it's really become a rat race. The students, imagine 97.5 percentile in JEE is not enough to get into NIT also. It's very hard. The competition has increased a lot, and the nowadays students really need such awareness about such education. We all have been lucky to have this, and I really believe that ಈ ತರ education ಇಂದಾನೆ ಈ ತರ personality ಬರೋದು. Even in college they say that ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ self discipline ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕೆ? Because we built it through such an education. When you enforce something, nobody gets it. Like ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ enforce ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, especially on this age group, they'll be like they'll do exactly opposite of what has been enforced. So yeah, it has to come from within. Even the discipline or even the determination, it has to come from within, and only through such freedom of learning we get it everything from within. Yes, so thank you very much for sharing. It was very relatable. I really love it. Thank you.
Ekta, thank you so much for joining us. I don't know you. I'm not sure how did you get to know about this support group.
So actually,
Yeah.
after all of this, I joined college and all. My life had become real messy and confusing. I came to Banjara for counseling.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where I met Vinod sir.
Okay, we would love
So
to
Vinod
know your
sir-
story sometime. Very nicely
Sure.
you articulated your experience. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing
Yes,
your journey as well. I think we have many more experiences like this. I think something I related to with what Adi and you shared was you learned life skills.
Exactly.
Basically,
Yes.
it was not taught. Yeah, you learned in the process by experience and about when she spoke about emotions, jealousy, writing it on paper. I think makes a lot of sense. Probably we will do one more session, maybe here in person, Adi. Probably we all will meet, have a long discussion. I think there are other people who are waiting to share their thoughts. Yes, Soumya and then Anuradha.
Yeah. So Adi, I just have a very similar question to Ekta. I mean, what Ekta said. So I went to an alternate school. So,
Okay.
but when you come back to the real world or the real, idu ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ, it's very shocking and it's very overwhelming, and you feel like she said, even I got messed up. I mean, even till today, I'm very messed up by that change. So as a parent, I am very scared of putting my child in such an alternate, because now if they go back to college,
Oh,
big college, engineering or whatever, normal college, how will they cope? Because that happens. Like she said, you get very, very overwhelmed. Suddenly there is so much pressure. So you're not trained for all that. So how do you convince that to parents? Adu ಹೇಗ್ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
you like ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ 19 year old now. ನಾನು PUC and ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PU ನಾನು NIOS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. I didn't want to go to college. I went to college, then I stopped going. I couldn't do it. But now I'm in degree. So I thought I'd go to college. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ. And my mom and dad, they both asked the same question. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಆದಿತ್ತಾ? Can you go and sit? I don't think you can. ನಿಂಗಿನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. You have to ಏನು ಬೇರೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ನಿಂಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. And then one answer my mom told that she has to inspire others, right? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, ಇದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿನ್ನೇನೋ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ she has to say that. ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ಯಾಕೆ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. Then she told even that is an experience, no? She has to learn that. While listening to that, I was like, fine. I'll do that also, and I'll show that there is something else also. Like ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, ಇದೇನೋ ಬೇರೆ ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. That's what I thought. Maybe even you can think like that.
Very inspiring.
Very, very. And I just wanted to add two things. So one is amazing. I don't have words, Adi. I'm also a reader and a writer, but I today don't have words because I'm so inspired. I am so proud of the kind of person you are. I don't know. And the second thing is, so the difference, I was just thinking, what was the difference between my alternate school and your alternate school? And Anuradha said it. It's the simplicity. So your alternate school concentrated on making the person whole and genuine, and mine was about being alternate. So it was kind of fake, but yours was about being authentic, being real, genuine, nija. So I can see that light. So that is why I think I don't have words to say. I'm I'm very awestruck. Thank you for your. I mean, amazing, just amazing. I have to stop.
Thank you so much. Means a lot.
Anuradha?
Yeah. Hello, Adi. It's so amazing to listen to you. It is actually, I think, I mean, we all elders, I think it's our dream childhood. If we would have got a chance, definitely we would have opted for that. But really, being a practical, I really want to know how your students will appear for JE or NEET exams. If they
Yeah,
come to Swarupa, yeah. Because my
like
son is doing his MTech first year.
mhm.
So like studied so hard to clear the JE and all. So I prefer to put it into a school, but I want the result which like he want that result.
Got
So
it.
I'm just curious to know that.
This year, what we have something new in Swarupa actually this year. Actually, Swarupa, like 6th to 10th standard we have, and even I wrote in the same way. Privately, we write 10th standard exam, and then first PU and second PU NIOS, and degree also. Even if they want to learn in the same way, they do it through IGNO. Indira Gandhi Open University, that itself. Actually, more than state syllabus and other syllabus, this has more value. The NOS and IGNO certificate. There are many students who have become doctors now, and they have so much.
They wrote NEET, is it?
I
Yeah,
think
because they have the 12th certificate. After 10th, they went out of Swarupa, and I even have my friend Akka. She's a gynecologist now. We keep meeting sometimes, and there are many other doctors. They did need everything other also.
Okay, so
Like
you have you have in Swarupa.
yeah,
Okay, fine. I thought like you have till graduation, something like that. Yes.
I think it's the techniques and tools that makes them
that's what
because
makes
they
them.
just
Yeah.
learn it in a fun way, even math or be it anything, numbers or calculation, like how she said about dance also. It has so many other subjects that covers the dance itself. So you don't have to learn in the same our regular way. I
Like
think
my
that
mom is a maths teacher, maths, science, everything. She teaches everything, and whatever expression I have now, I got everything from her. She's so expressive, no. While teaching, all the students who hate maths, they start liking maths. My dad usually says, teacher and ishtapatre, subject and ishtapatre. If you like the teacher, you like the subject. That's how it is in Swarupa.
I
Having fun.
didn't.
Pandita.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Adi, best wishes to you, and thank you everyone for listening to us and contributing and sharing your thoughts as well. So we will see you again next month.